There was an old concrete wall here that was buried. Should I just give you the spray paint and whatever you spray, that's what we build? Yeah, I like that. Trav was roasting me the other day. Right over the flower, dude, huh? Would the real Joe Biden please stand up? One more year, he'll be able to go get his license to use equipment, and when he does, what I really like about this place is they got end of a short day one, Trav. What do you think?
It was hot.
It was hot. Trav, been waiting all year for this project till you get out of school.
Great.
Great. We are at the biggest project of the year. You excited?
Yeah.
Seam it.
Yeah.
I like your hat.
Thanks.
All right, we're getting this thing started without Benny. Maybe he'll be back tomorrow. I don't know. All right, guys. We got a lot of retaining walls to build, and we have 30 irregular steps to lay. Customer has done a little bit of excavation and stuff himself. There was an old concrete wall here that was buried under the dirt, and he got rid of it for us to save himself some money. We got a curved retaining wall coming off of this garage here, and in the middle somewhere here we're going to be building a staircase to go up, and then at the top of the staircase we're going to have a curved walkway. On the left side of those steps there's going to be 2 tiers of retaining wall. On the right side there's only going to be 1 retaining wall up to 4 feet, and then the slope's just going to fade away from the steps. But on this left side here we'll have a 4-foot retaining wall, and then a 3 to 4 foot retaining wall behind it. So there'll be like a planting bed area right here. And then we will be doing the same thing on this side. A lot of wall block is going to be used here, Trav. That's not even close to what we're going to need. That's 6 pallets of block and a pallet of cap. But we do have all our steps. If you watch my channel, you've seen me use these on plenty of projects, but they are made by Nico Lock. The regular steps is what they're called. Blue stone is the color blend. There's 6 steps on a pallet. Each 6 steps has 2 different sides, so you can really set them in and make them look different than each other. These 2 top ones are the smallest width-wise, and the 4 on the bottom are the widest. This is the wall block we're using, made by Teco Block. It's called Sema Wall, color tone shale gray. So we're not really planning on doing a whole heck of a lot today, but we're going to be starting in the front yard. We're not even going to touch this back wall until the front's basically done. We're going to paint out where the walkway is going to go, where the front of the wall is going to go, all that stuff. But we're going to try to excavate and get some stuff dug out and backfilled today, at which point tomorrow we can start building the wall, laying some steps. I do have a big stone delivery coming today. 18 yards of stone coming, Trav.
That's a lot of stone.
Yep. What do you think, Trav? Should I just give you the spray paint and whatever you spray, that's what we build?
I would make the weirdest tones ever.
So you don't want to come too far out, so they got plenty of room in their driveway. But I'm basically going to be building the wall behind this, right up against the edge, so that this wall can help support the block wall. Not too bad, Trav, huh? That's it. There's your wall. All right, let's get out of here. I mean, we could curve it a little bit more, like if the grass was out here. Which one do you like better, Trav?
Kind of like the second one.
The second one, right? A little bit more curve and character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I do too, because it almost curves out and then straightens, which is nice. Yeah, I like that. The tough part with the digging that we're gonna have to do here is I basically got to make myself a ramp, and we got to dig the walkway first, or else I'm not gonna be able to get up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe we paint out the walkway before we paint out where the steps are gonna go. Let's go up top. Looks like I got a job for you. Here's where the walkway is gonna go. You know what's nice about curves, Trav? It's a little bit less about making sure your measurements are perfect and everything's square, and more about the flow. See, I'm all about the flow. You gotta flow. If you're not flowing, you know what you're doing? You're stagnating.
Yeah.
Little Christian Gardner wisdom for you. Trav was roasting me the other day. Why did you even call me the Christian Gardner? Was I doing something like that?
Yeah, you were. Forget which one it was, but you're just doing garden stuff.
Yeah.
Doing bedding and all that.
He's like, look at this guy. He's not a hardscaper. Christian Gardner. That's gonna be my second channel right there for all the softscape stuff. Can't put that on the hardscape channel, right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna leave these pavers right here and meet our new ones into them.
Sounds like a plan.
I was wondering, you looked like you were believing me for a second there. Right over the flower, dude, huh? So much for the Christian Gardener. I think that was too much. That seems a little better, huh? I think that still might be too much. I like that. I like that curve. It's right there that I don't like. I think we gotta soften it up. That don't look good either. Now I got 3 bad lines in front of me. It's actually, that last one wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Don't like how it goes like that though. Although by the time the steps are done, those are probably gonna be back to here somewhere. There may be a small landing, because we have anywhere from 13 to 15 steps it's gonna take to get from that grade to up here. If we're doing 4-foot retaining wall, it's going to be the 7 or 8 steps from the bottom height to the top of that first wall. And then I'd like to maybe do a landing, short landing, and then the rest of the steps. So we got to go 5 feet to account for excavation. Can't imagine he's gonna want to save those pavers, huh?
No,
Would you save them?
no.
Alright. Let's mark that. There's no turning back once you paint it, so you gotta tell me. I like that a lot. Come walk it with me. That seems pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Nice little curve.
Not too curved.
Gives us 6 inches on each side. 4-foot walkway. I like it. Now we gotta go back down there. I'm just pretending like I know what I'm doing, Trav.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh, YouTube thing? Fake.
yeah, definitely.
We don't do the work. We hire somebody.
Yep. I'm not even me. It's like Joe Biden. He's got like 2 or 3 duplicates.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I've seen pictures, I've seen videos where people break it down. And some Joe Bidens have different earlobes than the others. You can't fake that.
No, you can't.
You can't fake that. Would the real Joe Biden please stand up? Please stand up. So now we got to think about the returns of the wall. This side over here, not too bad, because he's already got a lot of that dug out. Up against that foundation, I'm gonna have to go back probably another couple feet. That right there is probably back our 4 feet enough. And by the time we get here with the steps, all we're gonna have to really do is slope that a little bit, really. Because as we build up the steps, we're gonna have plenty of backfill stone. I also don't want to take too much time freaking painting this out right here, because I gotta basically get some of this stuff, pull it over, maybe dig that out a little bit, pull this down, because I got to get up there. Basically got to make a ramp, which I could maybe start digging from over here for the wall first. Take that dirt, move it over here. I think that's what I'm going to do. So this line represents the front of the wall. As I dig, I got to go a little bit past that. The trench, we want twice the size of the wall block. Wall block's 11 inches. So if we can get 2 feet, around 2 feet wide for the trench, that's good. And then behind the wall, we'll have like 3 feet of stone as we start building it up. So I'm gonna start digging, and I think what I want you to do is start pulling those pavers up. You're gonna have to wheelbarrow them down that hill. I was gonna say we can put them in the bucket and then I'll dump them into the truck, but I think you should just grab them and put them into the truck. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, let's dig in. See where my line is, and I'm going just in front of it and then behind it. set. Got the blade in the back so that'll help stabilize me if I start to fall, but I think I'm gonna be just fine. Your bucket out as far forward to give you some weight in the front. More than it seemed like before, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't seem like very much at the when it was just freaking laying there, but that trench is definitely deep enough. You guys like the angle that I had that camera on? Looks silly, but hey, works. Basically going to use this, all the turf. We don't like to mix that in with our fill that we use behind the walls or just fill in general. So I'm going to scrape the turf off, put it in the bucket, and it's going to go in my truck so I can get rid of it tomorrow. Travis is going to be 17 this summer. His birthday's coming up. One more year, he'll be able to go get his license to use equipment. And when he does, I can't wait, because he's going to be able to hop in the skid steer while I excavate like this. He'll be able to just kind of chill, and when I fill up a bucket, something like this, he can go and dump it. That's going to be really nice. Just saying to the camera, one more year, you go get your license for excavation, hoisting license. And then you'll be sitting in that skid steer right now with the AC cranked while Benny's shoveling. What do you think? Not hopefully. You'll get your license, no problem. I passed with a 95, and I'm not smart with that stuff. You could pass it while taking a nap. You gonna? I'll pay for it. I believe in you. of guys in a lot of places will just mix their grass right in with the dirt, but it's just not the right thing to do. All right, now the pavers are gonna be coming up past here. So like 6 inches down below this, we have to dig. And I'm only gonna be able to get the bucket into like here. So if you can dig the front of the steps out and just throw it away out into where I'm gonna dig, that'd be good. Yeah, I think that's what he rested him on, but that's okay. I can cut the edge off a little bit when we go to actually put the pavers down. When you dig against here, we don't want to dig straight down because that's going to undermine it. So just at a little bit of an angle. We got our stone delivery. He just had to go spin around. About to get 18 yards. Trav's hanging out in the shade over there with his dungarees. We're moving along now. This is all nice. The subsoil is good. Sand and gravel. Water's gonna drain very good through it. That soil that he had put up here, the customer, that's some really good organic matter. He's gonna grow plants very well in there. So just working our way out. The stone came at a good time because before I got too far, I wanted to be able to start backfilling over here, and that's what we're gonna probably do next. Think you're clear. Yep. What I really like about this place is they got like the cleanest 3/4 around, and it's right next to my house, probably 5 minutes down the road. And this guy right here has made a handful of deliveries for me, and the big bulk load like this is really helpful. See if he does the boom. Sometimes he just tries to be quiet. Not today. Bang, bang. 18 yards. All right, so now that we got the stone, got a little bit more prepping to do here, raking this out. And then I'm gonna start backfilling this before we get dug out too far where I can't bring the skid steer up. Right now I should be able to come up with the skid steer and drive on the flower bed and then dump that side that's painted. Just chop that down a little. First thing you do tonight, gonna be jump in the pool?
Yeah.
With your jeans on and everything?
Not even gonna go in and say hi to anyone, just gonna jump.
Yeah. What was that noise? They look out the window. Trav's home! If you want to get that last little pile of pavers, then we have to blow all these edges in before we start doing stone, just to get whatever dirt's left over. So we're plenty low enough. I'd probably say we're like 10-12 inches. A lot of people overthink this part of the process. If you know you're close to that 10-12 and you have a nice draining subsoil like we have here, especially a walkway that's not near the house or a structure, the water's just going to drain right into the subsoil. So as long as you have enough to throw 6-7 inches of stone, maybe 8, you're not going to have any problems. So, you know, getting a transit out or doing stuff like that, you can if you'd like to, but it's just not necessary in my opinion and my experience. So it's starting to go up a little bit right where that pile is, so when I start to dig, I'm going to have to keep kind of going down a little bit more, but up to where we're excavated, we look fine. I'm gonna just kind of level this out so that I'll be able to come up with the skid steer. So do that, get the mini out of the way. The best tool you can have in work like this is experience. The more projects you do like this, the simpler they become. You don't overthink as much as you did when you first started or through the first few projects you did. Because a lot of times the biggest time killer is overthinking and over preparing, you know, for the job. It's a pretty simple concept, and there's only a few things that can really mess you up if you're not careful. But that experience you get from job after job, that's the best way to prevent any problems on your projects. Sometimes if you spend too much time focused or thinking about certain things that really aren't a huge deal, it just ends up, you know, setting you back on the job. Whereas an experienced guy won't even think too much about the things that a guy just getting started does. That is a big elevation change right there. mentioned earlier in this video that this was the biggest job of the year, but it was also the biggest job I've had since I started my own business. And it took us 5 weeks to complete the front and back project, and it was in the dead middle of the summer, so it was a job that was difficult, but the heat made it even more difficult, and there wasn't really any shade, but we got the job done. We put a lot of effort in, and it came out great. So needless to say, there's going to be a lot of content from this project because there was just a lot that went into it. But this video, we were just kind of digging in. The first day, me and Trav got a lot done. We got everything laid out, excavated a lot of the walkway and backfilled it, and just made good progress. And that's the way I like to start a job. Just kind of ease into it. Make sure you do a good amount of work, but you also want to make sure that you do it correctly and nothing gets damaged or nothing goes off the rails. When you're starting a project, you want to have a good impression on your customer that you know what you're doing, and the best way to do that is go in slowly. End of a short day one, Trav. What do you think?
It was hot.
It was hot.
No more jeans.
We got probably half the walkway or more prepped out, which is a good thing. Got started on the wall trench. We didn't even really start working until like, what, 11?
Yeah.
11 o'clock. So not bad at all. Want to say goodbye to these guys in case this is the end of the video?
Yeah.
See ya, he says. Trench is looking good. And then tomorrow morning we'll finish excavating for this walkway here. And then we're going to have to find grades and elevations, which I think I'm going to give my Milwaukee rotary laser a try. If you guys saw the previous videos from the channel, we tried the electric saw, a battery-powered concrete cutoff saw, and the battery-powered plate compactor. The other thing they sent me was a battery-powered rotary laser, or transit. So I'm going to see how that thing works, see if it can find our grades for us a little bit easier than strings and line levels and everything. But you guys already know the deal. Hope you enjoyed this video. If so, hit that like button, subscribe for a lot more content like this. But until the next one, God bless, peace.